This video has chapters in order to minimize the waste of time that recording the entire evolution would have caused. First chapter is this one, where I'm telling the structure. Second one is a demonstration of drawing without showing the actual map. And the last one is the progress of the map. By completing the inner circle, the full map is shown. Then only the areas that changed are displayed. Don't worry about missing sync. This needs to be to get a fluent presentation. The drawing process. Speaking while working slows me down. That's why text and pictures rarely match in my demo videos. For digital mapping I use Microsoft Paint. Most used tools are Pencil, Shape Tool, Color Picker and Filler Bucket. For mapping purposes I also use Zoom and Grid. Repeating shapes are multiplied with Select, Copy, Insert and Move. Drawing a London tube map. The map. Why drawing a tube map instead of taking a given one? In maps that cover all lines, the map looks so busy that it asks the question, can this be simplified? Further, the overground lines are getting new colors, but available maps only use one. Well, this was the case when I draw the map. But the most important reason is the message, online maps are strictly for personal use only. Well, redrawing is a personal use. I've used Google Maps to be led. There I've seen some more details that are not in the line diagrams. You might have noticed that text and map cuts aren't in sync. Unfortunately, this is the only way for a fluent presentation. It makes sense to begin with that station on the inner circle that has the most interchanges, King's Cross. St. Pancras is included to this counting. The nearest node is Euston. Euston Square and Warren Street can be added in the same step. To the east there are Angel and Farrington. Drawing the Piccadilly line to Holborn and the Northern line to Tottenham Court Road gives way to add Central and Elizabeth line. Further east, Moorgate and Bank are important map scalars. Next node is Liverpool Street. Aldgate is terminus of the Metropolitan line and also a stop on the circle. Next, the map is extended to the west and partially to the south. The joint line of circle and district line comes onto the map. Connecting the parts of the circle, there's the east part of the loop between Great Portland Street and Westminster. Waterloo and London Bridge are some of the first stations south of the Thames that come to the map. Next mark is completing the inner circle, including enclosed sections of other lines. Well, I'm speaking about the progress of the map. Adding some parts of the Northern Metropolitan and Jubilee line, including crossing other, to the north and Bakerloo line to the west. Some more destinations to continue the map: Willesden Junction, West Brompton, Hammersmith, Gunnersbury, Ealing Broadway, Greenford, Harleston, Neaston, Brent Cross West, Stanmore, which is end of the Jubilee line, Rayners Lane, West Ruislip, end of the Central line, Uxbridge, end of the Metropolitan line. End of lines are definitely targets. Bakerloo line, Northern line Edger branch, Bury East, High Barnet branch, Metropolitan line Watford branch, Liners line Abbey line Edit, Metropolitan line Amersham Chesham, adding lines to Aylesbury, District line Richmond branch, Piccadilly and Elizabeth line Heathrow, lines to Windsor added, Bedmere line to Clapham Junction, District line to Wimbledon, Kingston Loop line added, Shepperton branch line added, Hampton Court line added, lines to Weybridge and Byfleet added. Chessington branch line added, Bakerloo line completed, Northern line to Kennington, Battersea Power Station, Brixton, Loughborough Junction, East London Fork, Lewisham, Morden Northern Line, lines to Sutton and Epsom added, Epsom Downs branch, Brighton Main Line and track sharing lines to Croydon, Blackheath Loop West End, Caterham and Hayes branches, Tottenham Corner branch, Framnet completed, Kent lines continued, lines in East London continued. Windrush Line, better known as East London Line, completed. Lines to Finsbury Park added. Victoria Line completed. Lines to Woolwich and Abbeywood. Dartford Harp. DLR to Beckton. Stratford added to the map. Hammersmith and City Line completed. Suffragette Line completed. District Line completed. Liberty Line added. Piccadilly Line completed. Weaver Line completed. Central Line completed. Epping-Ongar Railway added. Border fine-tuning. That's it. I'm also working on other similar projects where I won't make a video of. The confusing part of this map is Thameslink, as it isn't the operator that is shown here, but mainline that may use it, the link.